wanted to do a little bit of a mini eulogy here on the Kanika Sports Show because last night it came across my news feed that George Wendt, whom everyone on God's green earth knows played Norm on Cheers, had passed away. And as you can see here on the slide that I've prepared, born in 1948 and died in 2025. But I made a post last night to some of my colleagues and friends on social media that while the world may remember George Wendt as playing Norm on Cheers, I will always remember him first and foremost as Bob Swerski, brother of Bill, the host of Bill Swerski's Superfans. And yes, that is a joke, but this is, of course, Da Bears, Doubles, the sketch from SNL, the original that started it all. And there's a great story you should go check out. In fact, he was just on Rich Eisen, Joe Mantegna, the Chicago actor. He is the originator of this skit for Saturday Night Live, and George Wendt wasn't a part of it. But the skit was so successful when they first aired it that 2 weeks later when George Wendt hosted, they said, hey, we're going to resurrect the Superfans and we're going to have you be Bill's brother, Bob Swerski, filling in for him because he had a heart attack. And this is where the whole Chicago SNL skit, heart attack, all this stuff was happening. The Bulls, the Bears.
The Bears.
Exactly. There he is. That was George Wendt himself. And we will always keep that soundbite here on the Kanika Sports Show in memory now of George Wendt. And yeah, a big part of my childhood. This whole sketch, I cannot tell you how many conversations that I've had in my life with my friends just embellishing this accent. And I mean, I wrote emails in Chicago wording to friends and back and forth, you know, like with obvious misspelled words that were all phonetic, you know, made to be written how they sound. Like, for example, when we said Da Bears, we always put 3 S's on the end, like, because they hold it out so long. Bears. So, I will always remember George Wendt as being Bob Swerski, and I'm thinking about him today. I'm thinking about the Bears and how they need to they need to kick it up a notch for George Wendt this year, and I think they should maybe put a Bob Swerski patch on their jerseys this year. Nika, what do you think?
Okay.
A BS patch for Bob Swerski and the Bears.
Well, they, yeah, no.
That's an SNL joke. It's fitting.
It is. Maybe they will. Maybe one day they should have it.
Indeed.
That would be fun.
It would. I don't know. I'm sure they won't do this, but I think
Probably
it would
not.
be fun.
All right.
All right. Well, R.I.P. George Wendt and Bob Swerski, the Superfans. If you have never heard the story about how the Superfans skit came into existence, go check it out on Rich Eisen's YouTube channel. You can find the Joe Mantegna interview somewhere in there from the past week, I'm pretty sure. But outside of that, that's about all the time we got on this episode of the Kanika Sports Show.